Hi guys, Michael Jensen here. Today we're gonna do some steelhead fly tying. I'm a sucker for these beautiful, colorful flies made for those large home runners. Today we're gonna tie a real classic. We're gonna tie the Sky Kami Sunrise. One of the flies I think was one of the most important steelhead flies of the last century. Enough talking, let's get on with tying. Hang on. First, I attach the tying thread and cover the shank. I go a little bit down in the bend here because I want to tack a little silver tack. I use mylar tinsel. That's gold on one side and silver on the other. Then I prepare the feathers for the tail. I use a yellow and a red bunch of haggle fibers taken from a soft hen back feather. Originally, this pattern called for yellow over red fibers in the tail. I like to mix them up. Notice when tying in the rib, I leave the tag end pointing forward to smooth out the body profile. Same thing with the haggle fibers. Then I prepare the chenille for tying in, stripping the core bare. Then I move forward with tying thread to cover things up. As you can see, the rib is a little bit too long, so I just shorten it up like that to get a smooth transition to the head. Originally, this fly was tied with a wool body. Nowadays, most fly tyers use red chenille. And I really like the fat body on this type of flies. Then I wind the rib. Remember, if you get uneven turns of the rib, you can always move the things in place afterwards using your nails and just pressing the rib into place. Then I prepare the haggle tips of this feather for tying in. I use the technique used by many for soft haggle flies. Tying in by the tip. And I secure both feathers and wind them together. I like a rather bushy haggle on this fly to balance the body. The Sky Commie Sunrise isn't a subtle fly. It's out there for being noticed. A true provocative pattern. After I secured the haggle, I kind of pull the fibers down on both sides to make room for the wing on top. I come to the wing. I take a bunch of fibers from a white calf tail. When I cut a bunch of hair of the calf tail, I pull out the shortest fibers. I never stack hair on this size flies. I want the natural taper of the ends. But I do use a little bit of time pulling out loose fibers. Put some varnish on the ends here to glue these hair together. Calf tail is a very slippery material. Originally, this fly was tied with polar bear. Today, most ties use bucktail, calf tail, or Arctic fox hair. I feel that the calf tail has got some of the same shine and translucency as polar bear. I like it on these flies. It's not gonna be useful for large flies though. Then I'll make a whip finish. And when I want to make a good-looking hat in a hurry, I use this UV resin. When I tie a bunch of these flies, I would use ordinary varnish and give 3 or 4 coats to get the same effect. The latter gives a more durable result. Okay guys, that was the Sky Commie Sunrise. If you are into steelhead fly fishing and fly tying, there's a lot of books on the subject. This is a classic and a fabulous book about the subject. Classic Steelhead Flies at John Shuey. Beautiful large color plates, all the patterns, all the histories about each fly. And there's this one, Steelhead Fly Fishing and Flies by Trey Combs, the classic benchmark book on the subject. And there's a lot of other books on this subject worth checking out if you're a steelhead nerd or just like these super beautiful flies. I'll put a link in the text below to some of these books, and that's about it for today. Thanks for watching.